What is up everyone, and we are back with another video about New World. Today we're going to be talking about a water mote farm and how to get around 500 plus per run. Water motes are very useful if you're upgrading Arcana, and they sell for around 1 coin each on my server. On top of the water motes, you'll be getting river crest stems, leaves, flowers, life bloom stems, life motes, air motes, earth motes, petal caps, and a bunch of barleys. But before I get into that, my name is Kzox, and I created this channel in order to donate a portion of revenue to non-profit organizations that help disabled veterans like myself, and by watching, you're contributing. So I thank each and every one of you. And with that out of the way, let's get started. The main focus here is water motes, and a spot to get barleys as well that sell for around 5 coin each on my server, but others have mentioned up to 30 to 40 coin each. And if that's the case, this one will get you around 60 to 70 barleys, netting you around 250 coin to 4,900 coin per run, depending on your market. And this isn't even including the water motes that you can sell for a good amount. So I'm going to be talking about my gear and my build here and give you a few pointers. And if you don't want to hear this and just want the farm, then go ahead and skip to that section in the video. Before you begin the farm, I would highly encourage you to have a rapier with the fleece or flesh skill to cross rivers quickly, because rivers slow you down a lot. And by using this skill, you travel 10 meters very quickly. This is better than the great axe charge because it also travels 10 meters. Unfortunately for the great axe, you move across the floor, and sometimes rivers will be filled with boulders or flint that's going to stop you in your tracks. Rapier's fleece or flesh allows you to fast travel the same distance but throughout the air, allowing you to skip these boulders and flints, as well as enable you to fly over distances that you would rather need to climb instead. Then I would encourage you to have a bow. Bow has the passive skill dodge and weave, increasing your haste by 20% for 2 seconds after a dodge roll, making your runs faster. While this time is shorter than the musket's 20% haste for 3 seconds, the bow has another useful skill for crossing rivers, and that is evade shot. Not only does this move you 5 meters, you just have to shoot it behind you so you move forward 5 meters. It also gives you a 15% haste for 5 seconds right after if you have that skill unlocked. Rapier's flesh will help you in most cases, but there's going to be a few times throughout the run where flesh won't cover the whole river, so having another skill to travel through water quickly along with haste will help you greatly. Finally, you need to have proficiency boosters. I would recommend a common proficiency booster, the tier 2 one, as they last 15 minutes and give a 7% bonus to yield. This cost is negated by the fact that you're going to be getting a bunch of water motes as well as those barleys that sell for a pretty penny. Then you need a harvesting tool with bonus yield. These two combined will greatly increase the amount of materials that you gather. Now let's get into the farm. This farm is extremely long, as we start off in Everfall and then travel down the river, passing throughout Windward and ending at a fast travel point in First Light. Ending at a fast travel point enables you to fast travel right back to the beginning and repeat the process over and over again, so you can farm this endlessly. Now I'm going to be doing something I've never done before, and that is have a full run with some commentary throughout. If you didn't know, I am a disabled veteran that I do have nerve damage throughout my face, which affects my ability to speak correctly. That's why in some of the videos I say things incorrectly. In my videos, how I record is that I record a sentence or two, stop, then edit the audio to see if it's perfect and put that in my video, and I do that for every single sentence. When I first started, now I have expanded to 2 sentences or 3 sentences, and I'm trying to improve my speaking ability, so that's what I'm going to do today. So what I'm going to do today is not edit anything within reason. You don't want to hear me breathing and all that throughout the farm, and just farm and speak throughout. This is just to improve my speech and allow me to better myself in videos. So please bear with me as I try to improve my speech. So we're going to be starting in this area right about around Everfall throughout Monarch's Bluff. As you can see here, I use fleece or flesh in order to travel the river quickly. This is the first one we're going to pick up. We get 11 motes and 2 river stems. And always don't forget your proficiency boosters, because that's going to help you out a lot. Here's our first life bloom We're gonna need this for other arcana, so we pick it up and get some life motes as well as a life bloom leaf. There is another one here, but we skip it because it's glitched out and it's very hard to get to it. Speaking of glitching out, there's one right here. The river crest is also glitched out, so sometimes I just skip this one. It depends how long it takes for you to get it. Then there's another life bloom, you can grab that if you want to. And then we're going to use the rapier to travel the river again. And there I just showed off the dodge skill, or the bow skill, in order to travel quickly and get a haste. Here's another one where it spawns. Unfortunately, someone picked it up, so we can't get it. We're gonna pick up this one right here, get an additional 9 motes, and then use the rapier again and grab this other one. Throughout this whole farm, you should also be trying to dodge roll with your bow to get the haste proccing all the time. I do have some extra haste perks on my jewelry, so you can always use that as well. This is one of the other thing we're going to be farming, and that is the floating, come on, get it, the floating spine fish. These give a heavy amount of water notes, and we're going to be having to gather a few of these throughout the run. Also, you need to gather these spring stones. They also drop water motes, so we're going to be picking up each and every one of these that we see. Now we cross this river, and then there's going to be one more that we're going to pick up and then go back towards the river. We do this because if we continue on this way, you're going to be missing, you're going to have to backtrack and go back around, and it's not really worth it because this run is long enough that we're going to be resetting everything. So at the end, you're going to fast travel to the shrine and go right back over to Everfall, and then repeat the same run over and over again for an endless run. As you can see here, we're going to use a rapier again. That's much better than the great axe's charge. And unfortunately, this guy right here, he picked up the river crest that we're going to pick up. So we're going to skip him, go across on these rocks to travel faster, and pick up this earth spine just because it's there. Now unfortunately, this guy, we're going to be beating him in this run because we know where everything is. And by watching this video, you are also going to know where everything is. Here's another spawn for that river crest, but someone picked it up. And then we're going to use our rapier again. See how quickly that is? It is also, like I said, it's faster than the great axe. Here's another floating spinefish we pick up. We got a spinefish fin there, but we do want those martyr modes, but that's also good to have. Then I believe we're gonna have 2 river crests here that we're gonna pick up. Yep, one here. And the second one. Now what most people do is they run across this river right here, but since we know where we're going, we can, what is it? We're gonna be doing a faster run than the other guy. So we pick these two up right here. And then run across this area. As you can see, I'm going to tag it, and we're going to be skipping ahead because throughout the other side of the river there are no nodes to pick up, so this isn't just much faster to do. Again, we switch to our rapier and use that skill to fast travel. That does also have a shorter cooldown than the Great Axe's charge. Fortunately, that area right there where I tagged was picked up, so we're gonna run over to the next one. There's also a lot of pedal caps around throughout this run, so you can pick those up if you do need them, but I'm just gonna be showing you the majority of me farming the river crests, as well as the spring stones and those fin things. I'm not sure what they're called, I forgot. Like I said, this is really unedited, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just talk. Here's what I was trying to say. This one is a floating spinefish. Like I said, you gotta always pick these up. Look at that, 38 water motes. And always keep an eye on your proficiency boosters, because mine right here has 3 minutes, and you really want to have these on all the time. And there again, I tagged another area that we're going to be looking at, so we don't have to always just run across the river, because we want to be fast and efficient. And then here we actually go to that area that I just tagged, because that's gonna be the way we're gonna backtrack. So you don't want to run across the river and then backtrack the same way, because that's gonna take longer. So I tagged that area because we're gonna be running straight towards there, but we are gonna be picking up a river crest on the way. Here, if you don't know, this is where I farm a lot of fibers. You get around I'm not sure, 1,000, or there's 20 nodes here, and when you farm all of those you get 1,000, and the respawn time is really quickly, so you can do that farm, which I did show you guys in another video. And yeah, my property tax is due, but since trading is disabled right now, nobody can pay it. Actually, I don't know, I'm not actually sure if I can pay it or not, but I'm not gonna pay it anyway. Fortunately, these two guys are just tagging me, so I gotta kill them with my bow. And then always dodge roll, keep that haste up. Don't go below, don't go to 0. What I like to do is hover around 50% and dodge roll between that, because that's actually the fastest way. Here, some people do skip this one, but there's 2 nodes here, but one of them is extremely glitched, and there's no way for you to grab this. In a few of my runs, I tried like 5 minutes trying to grab this thing, but I couldn't. So you can skip this area because you're only going to get one, and it's really far to travel, but I just want to let you guys know about this run, about that area, I guess. See, as you can see, you can also use it when you're in deep water. So like I said, rapier is really good to use. You're gonna cut down on your time dramatically using the bow and the rapier at the same time. And this is where where we're gonna start to backtrack. So if you didn't run, like I said, towards that waterfall, then you're gonna have to run through all this, and it's gonna be much more of a hassle. While this area is only about 5 or 6 nodes, it is very important that you actually go this way, because you're gonna see right now, you're gonna farm and get over, depending on your server, you're gonna get like 60 barleys that on my server you can sell for 5 coin each, but some servers I've been told it's to 30 to 40, which nets you around 4,000 or 5,000 coins if you do this run repeatedly. So we're gonna show that right where that thing called the windmill is. It's right over there. And right here. These do spawn at the same rate as the river crests, so these will be respawned on your next run, even if you do it constantly. Like at the end of this run, you do teleport to the fast travel right up to Everfall and then walk down and restart. These will be respawned, so keep that in mind. And after that, we go ahead and pick up this one river crest. And that is probably one of the times you're going to use your bow and the rapier at the same time. Here there is a fire flower. I'm not really sure what those are called, I forgot. But those did drop the flowers that we're selling for about 10,000 each, but I believe they're around 200 each, so you can gather that as well. I had a chance of getting that, I think it's a flower glory. Here I use my bow and my rapier at the same time. You do the evade shot just for the haste, and it travels you 5 meters, much faster than just walking through it. So those two combined gives you 2 modes of travel to fast travel. Finally, we are now backtracked, so you do need to take that area first, and then we're gonna go right towards this fast travel shrine. But we're gonna be picking up a couple of nodes here, which is a blight root. You can pick this up if you do need it. I got death motes and a blight root stem. And the life blooms. You do pick these up because the life motes are very useful in upgrading your arcana and making those potions. Because my goal right now is to get to 150 arcana, and I'm around 107 at the time of this video. Then right here we're gonna pick up 2 more river crests. Now, I'm not sure if you can hear that in the background, but my AC or my heater's going on because it is like 30 degrees here in Colorado, and it is actually really freezing, so I gotta put that on. My dog's actually freezing right now. He is a English bulldog. His name is Pudgy, and he is so handsome. I love that guy. There's also these earth shrines, or earth spines, if you do need those earth motes. These are also useful in making potions. Now you can use dodge roll into the rapier's leash or flesh, however it's said or pronounced. But I like to keep that off cooldown in order to fast travel across rivers. And unfortunately this guy is just trying to kill me, so we're gonna go ahead and take care of him and get that river crest. Now here is where it gets a little difficult and a little long, because these the waterfalls, you're gonna have to be traveling upstream up these waterfalls, so we do have to run around all of these rocks in order to get to the end and finish our run. So you run around this rock formation and grab this river crest right here. Then we're gonna be getting I forget what they're called. The travel around here. This thing. The floating spinefish. Grab them, grab all of them. 36 motes. That is around, 3 river crests. And then another life bloom. Look at the top right. I've been waiting for this outpost rush for 2 hours. 2 hours. Okay, right here we have 3 river crests. And I got stuck here, but you can gather it from above and you'll be unstuck. You don't have to go to the menu and do it unstuck yourself. And then I use my rapier again. Yes, it is very good. Like I said throughout this whole video, I'm just repeating it so I have some content between, I guess, so it's not all quiet. Now you can climb these rocks to get to the other side, but I suck at parkouring, so I just walk around the whole thing. A pedal cap if you want it. And here is where the rapier's fleece comes in handy, because you can right there skip a few jumpable parts. If you did use the great axe's charge instead, you're gonna be hitting those rocks and it's gonna be a bad time for you because you're gonna have to climb right back up. That's why I prefer the rapier as opposed to the great axe. Another springstone for 22 water motes and a river crest. Another 9 water motes. There's another springstone we're gonna pick up. $24. And then another river crest. Since this life mote right here, or the life bloom, is pretty close by, we're just gonna pick it up. And then dodge roll as fast as you can to get around this waterfall. It does take a while for you to do that, but like I said, this is a rotation from one shrine to the next shrine, and then you could just fast travel to the shrine again and do your run all over again. Unfortunately, since there is a what are those things called? I guess a corrupted portal, they do have an impact on resources. So sometimes when they're around, you're not going to be able to have those river crests around because it despawns them. So we go across this area and pick up these 2 river crests. And that doe was not having it, so gotta take care of that guy before he kills me. And there is the second river crest. Throughout this whole area here, there is a lot of pedal caps. If you do need them, check out the map. It's gonna be linked below, I suppose, to see all the pedal caps. There is a spawn here, but since the corrupted portal, like I said, is here, we're not gonna get that spawn. And then here I do pick up a shock bulb just because it's there. I'm not really interested in that, but it does give you some air motes, which are used for arcana. And here is 2 life blooms. You don't have to pick those up, but if you do, you know, they're there. This is really getting down to the end of our run here. Pick up this river crest. And here we're gonna have 2 river crests and that, what is that, the floating fish thing? Floating spine fish. Again, I use my rapier. And the river ends here, but we're gonna go around this river and grab up all of these river crests. I believe there's around 6 here, so 2 here, and across the river there's another 4. So far I got 553 on this run, and it's been about 22 minutes. But it is faster as you get better and you start to learn the routes yourself. So feel free to watch this video over and over again. Then there are, what are they called? Sleeping oil or seeping oil. Grab those if you want to. And the last 2 river crests. My mistake, there's actually 2 more down the river over here. And this is it. This is the end of the water mote run. Now right nearby we're gonna go to a shrine and you can teleport to that shrine right back to Everfall or the beginning of the run. Now I do have a house here, so I'm gonna reset that cooldown, which is much cheaper. That's why I highly recommend for you guys to have houses, because it costs at most 50 Azoth to fast travel, and your weight does not matter. It's always gonna be a fast travel. So you can use that shrine, or you can just reset your house cooldown and then just transfer to your house. And that's pretty much it. Here's my house, and I got around 500-600 materials. So that's pretty much it. So if you like this video and it helped you out, please hit the like button and consider subscribing, as it helps my channel grow even more and help reach a greater audience, so I can donate even more to disabled veterans like myself. And thank you all for tuning in and listening, and until next time. Actually, let me know how I did on kind of commentating. This is my first time doing this, and I had a lot of ums, ands, and buts, all that kind of stuff. So I do appreciate some constructive criticism. Like I said, I do have some nerve damage within my face, so it's very hard for me to speak, especially for 25 minutes. It's been going on. And yeah, thanks.